So for each card item, because I want to, use this card item, use this setting or styling for all the cards, obviously they all have to look the same. So I want it to have a background. This background now is for our glass card. I'm going to use the RGBA because I want to use the alpha setting to reduce the opacity. Let's say 255, 255, another 255, and 1. Save it. You save, and for some reason, okay, this is the color. I was wondering why it's too opaque. Let's reduce it. Let's dial it down a bit. Okay, the transparency is coming up a little bit. Let's just leave it like this. Then the backdrop filter, this is what makes it glassy in appearance. Backdrop filter is obviously going to be a blur. We want it to be blurry. For now, we're just going to give it 15 pixels. Then box shadow, zero, no shadow at the top. None at the right, but we want it to have at the bottom and on the left, which is 20 pixels. Then the color of the shadow, RGBA, want it to, of course, the shadow should be black, hence the color code is black, but it shouldn't be stark black. It should be full black. There should be a little bit of opacity in there. It should be a bit transparent. Now we're obviously going to adjust these values when we must have reviewed what the card looks like. If it doesn't look like what we expect it to be, then we adjust it accordingly. Now we want the width, don't want our box to be too wide. We want to take over the entire width of the screen, so we're going to give it a width of 300 pixels to begin with. No pun intended. Display of flex and the flex direction. Flex direction of column, so that everything comes out vertically on, they will stack on top each other, but with a little bit of spacing. So let us refresh and see what we have. Okay, still needs work, but it's a work in progress. I can see that there should be padding on both sides and some other things need to be done. So, but so far so good. Let's just make sure that we get the card. That's the hard part. We want our card to have a border radius so that it will not be sharp on the edges. Border radius of 25 pixels. It's too much actually. Let's reduce it to 15 pixels. What about 10 pixels? I can work with this. Now I'm going to give it a margin, so there will be spacing. Margin, I don't want it to be hugging the line. Margin of, I want the top and bottom to should have 15 pixels, and then the left and right, there's the x-axis, will have 5 pixels. Top and bottom is not quite there yet. Well, you can see that this is a bit of transparency in the background, just a little bit. I just need to adjust the opacity of the card, make it a bit more transparent. Let us change the color of our stars. This color is not completely white, but I like the shade of white that it is. Yeah, like this color. Now I feel it's a bit too big, so let me reduce the size, make it 15 pixels. Give it importance so that it will overwrite default settings that it came with. 15 pixels doesn't change anything. Anyways, let's leave that one for later. Now, as I was saying, I need to adjust the background opacity to 0.5 so the color of the stars will pop up. Yeah, much better, much better. We need to increase the height. I want to give it a mean height of, let's say, 180. Good. Now we have to change the color of the comments. and that's a p tag inside of the review card item class. I'm going to use the star color, which is nice. We want it to be italicized, so that it will be different, a bit distinctive from other texts. Reduce the font size a bit, give it 8 pixels. Give it 12 pixels. Yeah, much better. Let's reduce the height of let's reduce the height of our card to 150. Let's make it 120. Nice. Now is left for the profile of the individuals commenting on our or giving us a review feedback. And for the profile, is going to have the image of the person and then their portfolio directly underneath the image. Remember, I've already set everything inside of this card to be in deflex, but flex column, a column flex. So let's go back to our index.html and finish up with this profile. We want to include an image right away. Image will come first. Source is assets, obviously. Image rev is the first one. Review image for alternative texts. Then we're going to give it a class of review image so that we're going to style it the way we want to. Image. Then after the image, then we'll have a h3 tag for the name of the reviewer and then his job description, his title, or what he does for a living. H3 tag, we'll just call him Drama King is a poet.